Hey YouTube. Well, this is the second video of my printers, so I'm going to show you now a little more on how to configure your printer and set things up, see if it can print double-sided and staple and all that good stuff. So just follow with me. What you want to do is click on your Start menu, go back to Device and Printers here. This is all for Windows 7. Even Vista is pretty similar. And then here you're going to see that list again that I showed you in part 1. So here's the printer we did install on video 1, and as it sees it's a green check mark. That means it's my default printer. We can change this by, let's say I want to use this one as my default printer. You just right click it once, set as default printer, and now you're going to see the check mark go here. So I clearly don't want that, so I want to set this as my default printer. Okay, so now that that's set up, we can right click on it. We can see what's printing. So what this is, this little box here will show you all the documents that's being printed in on your printer currently. So let's say you have 5 users in your house, and all 5 users at the same time decide to print something. Well, the printer's not clearly going to print all 5 documents, so they kind of queue up here in a line. So you'd see like user 1, user 2, user 3, user 4, and then the status. So user 1's most likely going to say printing. The owner, it's going to tell you the owner of the page. So if you got user 1 Paul, user 2 David, user 3 Sylvie, well, it's going to say their name right here. It's going to see how many pages, the size of their printing, all that. You can right click on their names and either pause the print job, cancel it, or delete it, whatever you want to do. So you can just close that. Alright, so you can right click on it again. Printer preferences. This my printer is for photos, but I don't really use it for photos, so I changed mine to just text, but you can keep it on photo, or best photo, let's say. This main tab here just kind of shows you your ink levels, the orientation of the paper then when it comes out. So here, as you notice, the A, it's portrait, so you print from top to bottom. Landscape, you're going to print from left to right. Your page layout, this all pretty much ties in with the main here. You can get a little more in depth here. Two-sided printing, turn it off, turn it on. So if you want it on, you can just have it on and you can print on both sides, or you can fold it like a booklet. Okay. Your maintenance, this is a very important tab, because if you ever come across experiences with print quality, whether like you got fading or you got lines in your letters, or some of your letters look cut like this one or this one, and it's nice and easy, it just shows you. So if you print something out and you notice the little lines through it, well, check your nozzles. If you print it out and it's a little blurry, well, you'd probably need to clean your heads. If you print it out and your A's cut in half, all your print head alignment's off. Your ink cartridge replacement. So you just click them on these little tabs here, and you get like a little pop-up, and you just follow it, and then you're gonna start hearing your printer moaning and complaining, and it's cleaning itself. It's pretty amazing. So here we don't need to do anything. What I really want to show you is just the properties. This is where you could do a lot of the stuff within your printer. So you got the name of your printer. Gives you some feature list here. It's a colored printer. It can do double-sided. It does not do staples. You can print a test page, and you can also get back to the preferences tab right from the properties tab. Sharing. So most likely this is clicked off. So if you want to share your printer, you just simply click this little checkbox, name your printer. So home printer. I know it was already there, but just want to show you. You can name it whatever you want. Set up permissions for the printer. We can get into that here in the security tab, but just name it. Pretty straightforward. Rendered print jobs on client computers. What that means is the printer itself is not going to accumulate all the print jobs that everyone's printing at your home or small network. What it's going to do is it's going to stay on the client computer. Like if I printed something to the computer, that document's going to stay on my computer until it's printed. The only thing the printer's going to have to do is just simply print the pages. Okay, you can go to the advanced page here. This will show you, well, sorry, not show you, but it'll give you the option to have your printer available at certain times of the day. So let's say you don't want anybody printing in the morning. Well, you can just change this to set it up to whatever time you want. Just click on it. You can either click on the 12 or the AM, or you can go the long way, do this, click 12, and actually go up and down. Or if you, let's say you want 7, just click on 12, hit 7. Brings it right there. If you want to change AM to PM, just hit P, and there you go. So from 7 PM to 12 AM, that's the only time that you can print on this printer. I always just keep it off. Spool print documents so programs finish printing faster. So what this does is it just spools it up, just kind of puts, like if you're using Microsoft Word and you hit print, Microsoft Word will send everything to the printer like in a small little package. Okay, so what this means is it'll just print immediately, start printing after last page is spooled. So what this will do is, again, if you're in Microsoft Word and you have 10 pages, if you have this selected, the printer's not going to start printing until it read all the 10 pages. Okay, and then it's going to start printing. This here will print page by page. It'll spool each page. You can put page separators, but that's right here. But it's getting a little more. You don't really, like, why do you have to separate a page? I can see maybe separating like chapters of something if you're building or printing out a big book. Or you can print directly to printer. It gives you no options. It just prints. It prints word or letter for letter as it reads it. That's it. And you also don't, if you noticed, you also don't get to set up these down here, these little options. All that does is keep printed documents. So keep printed documents is if you want to keep track of who's printing what. It won't really tell you which user, but it'll tell you what was printed, how big, all that stuff. Okay, color management. You can go into here just the color, but like it's good to just leave it as it is. Unless you're like a graphics editor, you might have the eye to notice that red isn't red, so forth. Security. So this is what I was saying. If you didn't want Paul to print at all, you just uncheck these right here. And now I cannot print. Doesn't matter what I say, I cannot print. But because Paul is my administrative account, he's gonna have full access. So manage documents, manage the printer. Manage the printer is what I'm doing now. I'm managing the printer, changing things and setting it up. Manage documents is like that first window I showed you earlier where you can see the users and who's printing and what the status of the print job is, so I can cancel it, I can resume it, I can pause it, I can do what I want, and obviously print. Special permissions, that's getting into a whole other degree of permission settings here. You just click down here and you can set up advanced permissions, but I will make a video on permissions itself because it's pretty good to learn. And then your version information, just kind of gives you a quick rundown on the version of your printer. So that pretty much sums up a printer and what you can do with it. So you can even really double click on it if you want, and you can see things. Pretty much gives you the same, just a little bit more fancy, I guess. So I don't really use that. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped out a little bit. Mind you, all printers are a little different, but printer properties, just let me show you one more time. When this loads, printer properties, this will be the same. No matter what printer you have, you are going to have printer properties, and you're going to be able to share it. You're going to be able to put security on it. You can see the advanced setup times. It's just the preference screen might be a little different depending on which printer you have. Okay, so that covers everything for a printer. Maybe in a couple of videos I will show you how to network your printer. Like I was mentioning, I can print from my my cell phone right to my printer because it's networked. All it means is your printer's wireless or Bluetooth. So it's preferably better to get a wireless printer. Bluetooth is not as good range with wireless. So if you want to print anywhere in your house, let's say for me, I don't have a setup where I can have my printer right beside my computer. So my USB cord that they give me is too small. So I just have my printer on a whole other floor and I can print to it from my computer if I wish to. Alright, thanks for listening guys, and I will see you later.